Hey, thanks for joining me today. I'm on the beautiful beach in Rota, Spain. It's not a bad view here. We're gonna do the Warrior series today, so it helps strengthen the legs and our mind. I hope you enjoy it. Start in child's pose. Sink the hips down towards the heels and reach the arms out. Fix my microphone here. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Just creating length in my spine. Sinking down into the hips and taking full breaths. Notice the rise and the fall of your chest as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's tuck the toes, spread into your fingers, press into your whole palm, every knuckle. Inhale, lift the hips up and back for your down dog. So bending into the knees as much as you need to keep your spine straight, from your tailbone, through the crown of your head, through your middle fingers. So I'm pushing the weight away from my hands and tilting the tailbone up high. You should shake your head because we're not holding it up, and the shoulder blades stay slid down your back. And let's begin to pedal. So bend into one knee and then the other, pressing one heel down and then the other. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Full breaths in, full breaths out. Look between your hands. Let's walk our feet to our hands. Inhale halfway up into monkey, so the spine is straight here and the shoulder blades are rolled back and down. I'm straight from my tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. My hands are supported on my shins. And then exhale, fold forward. Bend into your knees as much as you need to let your belly touch your thighs and drop the top of your head down. Shake it out. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Hands are placed on the mat. Step your left foot way back. Drop your heel down. Keep your front knee over your ankle. Keep your core engaged as you rise up. Into your warrior one, sinking down. Toes are spread out. Shoulder blades are back and down. Chest is lifted up. The back side, the pinky side of my back foot is making a seal with the mat. Nice strong back leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, lift your chest up and back for a little back bend here. Feel the stretch in your calf. Feel the strength being created in your quads. Pressing into the earth as you rise up through the crown of your head. Let's hold it for another breath cycle. And then inhale and exhale, open up to the left side of your mat for warrior two. Sinking down. Gazing out over your front fingers. Checking the alignment of your knee. Should be lined up with your middle toe. A lot of times it will want to go in. Line it up. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Engage your core and breathe. Maybe you can sink lower. Flip the top palm up. Hinge forward. Drop your back arm. Inhale. Lift it up and over for your reverse warrior. So my hand can slide down my leg, or I can reach behind my waist, whatever you prefer. Think about your spine reaching up and then over, and breathe. toes are light, pressing into the pads and the heels of your feet. On your next exhale, hinge at your hips, lead with your chest, bring the elbow to the inside of your knee, and open up for your side angle. So the elbow's right inside the knee being a guide, keeping it over the ankle. Scoop your right hip under and your left hip up on top and stack your hips and your shoulders. Breathe. Let your core hold you up. And then on your next exhale, we're going to revolve this. So drop your top arm down to your mat and turn in the opposite direction. So your hand is right by your ankle, right by your foot. Breathe. Abs are tight. Navel's drawn in. Press into the earth. Rise up with a strong core and unwind back to your warrior two. And then straighten your front leg. Woo. Legs are straight but not locked out, so a little micro bend in the knee. We're trying not to hyperextend. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Kick your hip to the back of your mat. You're going to feel a stretch right here. Reach out as far as you can with a straight spine, and then drop down into your triangle. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. So I'm scooping my right hip under and my left hip goes on top. Same with the shoulders. And breathe. You can look up, you can look down, whatever's comfortable for you. Toes are light. It's hard doing this in the sand. And breathe. We're going to revolve this one too, so everything stays straight and we just spin into the opposite direction, placing the hand on the shin, or if you're able to go down to the mat with a straight spine, you can go to the mat. Front leg is straight, back leg is straight. We're stretching our IT band on the front leg. Breathe. Engage your core, rise up, unwind. Arms can come down. Breathe here. Let's hop a little closer. Square your hips to the front. So my back foot just turned a little more forward. So I can square the hips, pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Inhale the hands up high. Interlace your fingers. Shoulders stay down your back. Hinge at your hips and lead with your chest, coming in to pyramid. Keep pulling that right hip back. It's going to want to come forward. You can keep the hands together or separate them to the mat. Tuck your chin. Try to get your forehead to touch your knee. Rise up a little bit. Reach out with your right hand right to the top of your mat in front of your foot. We're going to come up into a bouncing half moon. So we lift up the back leg, the left leg, stack our hips, stack our shoulders. Flex your lifted foot so the toes are pointing towards your head, and breathe. Hands come down to the mat. Step back into a low runner's lunge. Plant your palms down and step back to down dog. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. We're going to do a little vinyasa flow here. Inhale forward to a plank. Engage your core. Elbows kick back, lower down chaturanga. Come all the way down to the floor. Flip your feet and lift your chest up for cobra. Press it back to down dog and breathe. Inhale the right leg up high. Bring it forward in between your hands. If it gets stuck in the middle, grab behind your ankle and move it there. We're gonna walk around to the middle and then to the side to come into our warrior one on the other side. So drop your right foot down, the right heel down, square your chest to the front and rise up for warrior one. Square your chest to the top of your mat. Try to square your hips. The knee is right over your ankle and your core is engaged. Shoulder blades are down your back and breathe. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, open up to the right side of your mat. Sinking down into your warrior two. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Rise up through the crown of your head. Gaze out over your front fingers. Check your knee alignment. Knees lined up with middle toe. Toes are light. And breathe. Turn the top palm up, hinge forward, drop the back arm, let it slide down the leg or reach behind the waist, whatever you prefer. Coming into your reverse warrior. Inhale, the spine goes up, and exhale over. Toes stay light. Stay sinking down into that front knee. On your next exhale, hinge at your hips. Whoa, lead with your chest. Bring the elbow to the inside of your knee. Open up for your side angle. Scoop the left hip under and the right hip on top. Core's engaged, holding me up. I'm not collapsing into my thigh. And breathe. On your next exhale, let's revolve it. Drop the top arm down and spin in the opposite direction. Light touch with your fingers. Engage your abs, press into your mat, rise up, unwind, back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, but don't lock it out. Little micro bend. Kick your hips to the back of your mat. Feel the stretch on the inside of your front leg. Reach out as far as this muscle allows you to stretch, and then you'll drop down into your triangle. So some will be up here, some can be way down low. Just depends on the flexibility of this muscle. Keep the spine straight. Scoop your left hip under and your right hip on top. And breathe. You can look down, you can look up, whatever feels good to you here. Just stay connected with your breath. And then on your next exhale, we're gonna spin. Everything stays straight. We just spin in the opposite direction, coming to your thigh, or coming to your shin, or the floor, or a block if you have one. Breathe. Abs are tight as we press up, unwind. Woo, shoulders come back and down. Hop closer, square your hips to the front of your mat. That back foot just comes a little forward. The left hip pulls back and the right hip pulls forward to keep the hips square. Now when you come down, they're gonna wanna turn. Try to keep that left hip back. We're gonna come down with a chest expansion this time. So interlace your fingers behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. We're gonna bring the arms with us as much as we can. They might not go very far, but that's okay. Know the direction of your stretch. Keep the left hip back, right hip forward. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, lead with your chest. Coming down, bringing the arms, bending into that front knee if you need to. Tuck your chin, forehead to knee. Before you release your hands, bring them back to your tailbone and then to the mat. Take your left hand and reach it right on top of your mat. Lift the back leg, open up for balancing half moon. Engage your core. Flex your lifted foot so your heel's pushing away and the toes are pointing toward your head. Breathe. Drop the hand down and the foot goes way back for a low runner's lunge. Plant the hands, step back to your down dog. Bending into the knees as much as you need to keep your spine straight. Push the weight away from your hands and the shoulder blades stay down your back. Connect with your breath. We're going to flow. Inhale forward to your plank. Exhale down, kick the elbows back, chaturanga, hover if you want, or go all the way to the mat. Inhale up for your cobra or your up dog. Retuck your toes, press it back, down dog. Let's go wide with our feet. We're going to push the weight away from the hands. Take your right hand, reach it across to your left ankle and pull, looking underneath your left arm up towards the sky. Release your hand to the mat. Let's do the other side, pushing away. Take your left hand, reach it across to your right ankle, tip your tailbone up towards the sky. Look up towards the sky, pulling your torso in. Release the hand back down, drop to the knees, sinking into your child's pose, and breathe. Let's rise up. We're going to come to seated on the mat. So crossing the legs, getting grounded in. Rising up through the crown of the head. Let your face be soft and your shoulders softly back and down. Take an inhale. Exhale, tip your head to one side. Let it hang out here. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the other side and hang out here. Come back to the center. Drop your chin to your chest. And come back up to the center. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms out. Drop your shoulders down. Inhale the hands up high. Exhale, hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Turn your head one way as far as it will go. And then the other way. Coming back to your center. Release your hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me. The light in me recognizes the light in you. Namaste.